Alright, peace, peace, peace. I hope you're doing well. Rhea, Ray, and thank you for your patience, you feel what I'm saying? But yeah, without further ado, let's definitely jump into your reading. So, first thing that caught my attention when I was looking at your chart was the fact that you have your moon, right, which is in Pisces, being transited by Saturn, which is currently in Pisces. Now to give like a little breakdown on what the moon signifies. The moon, it like signifies your comfort zone, you feel what I'm saying? It signifies your home, it signifies like your domestic life, it signifies your emotions, like those certain things that are limiting to you, because outside of it you are uncomfortable. I hope that makes sense. So like when we're thinking of the moon, you can very much think of Cancer, the sign Cancer, not the disease, to understand or further understand what the moon signifies and represents. So that's what the moon is. It's like your inner, it's your emotions and everything like that, your comfort, you feel what I'm saying? But then Saturn is a planet that first and foremost deals with the rules and laws which are enforced by society, especially authorities, as Saturn rules authorities outside of you. Saturn also deals with responsibilities in general that you have in life, whether that's the responsibilities of like bills, or the responsibilities of showing up a certain way for the world. But yeah, Saturn and the moon, like Saturn and the moon's energy, they're very polarized. You feel me? In the sense that Cancer's opposite sign is Capricorn, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And so what happens when there is a conjunction between Saturn and the moon? First and foremost, Saturn deals in mental alchemy with safety thoughts, you feel me? Those thoughts that concern our safety, you feel what I'm saying? And the mainstream media, they play the F out of our safety thoughts, you feel me? And so in order for them to do that, they have to use fear, they have to make us doubt. And once we are afraid and we are doubtful, then we are in a space where we will do anything to be safe, you know what I'm saying? And so that's how Saturn expresses. Saturn, for example, like if the majority of us are afraid of heights, right? So like for instance, if you go up into a building, right, and then you look down and you start to be afraid, in your astral body, also known as your mind, your unconscious mind specifically, the compartment of life, well, the compartment within your astral body that deals with your safety thoughts, that deal with the Saturnian energy within you, is activated, you feel me? And once it's activated, this is because you being in a dangerous situation, has like imparted energy onto those thoughts, you feel me? And it's the same thing with these planets, like with Saturn conjuncting your moon right now, it's sending energies to you that deal with its with like needs of like to be safe and to be like having shelter, you feel what I'm saying? And like just that energy, that is gonna stem from fear also, that usually stems from fear, you feel me? Because like that's Saturn. It's a maleficent planet, it's not a positive planet. So and the moon, like I said earlier, it deals with your emotions. So with the moon and the moon Saturn conjunction, it's an indication that, and this I'm pretty sure you already know, that due to reasons of stability and security, you feel me, you're like freaking out and you're being like not conscientious, but just like emotionally, you feel what I'm saying, in a place of dense energies, because Saturn is a very dense planet, you feel what I'm saying? Now we have the moon, my bad, yeah, we actually, yeah, we do, we have the moon and we have Saturn involved in this aspect. And so it is a conjunction, you feel me? Conjunctions, they in a sense are like neutral, but at the same time they highlight a direct flow of energy between two orbs, two planets. And in this case, it's the moon and Saturn. So what you do, you see, is, alright, first and foremost, the moon's natural antidote, you feel me? Like, and I also want to say this, with the moon, you know, dealing with the domestic life, family life, like, there is an indication and a possibility that the struggles and strife may deal with your family even, you know, but just the theme of the moon. So you can even later go do more research on the moon to better understand, you feel what I'm saying? Sheesh, and we haven't even gotten into the sign. So the sign that this is happening in is Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. So first and foremost, Pisces is a sign, you feel what I'm saying, that deals with maleficent energies, you know, maleficent spirits. Spirits that are, maleficent energies and maleficent spirits. Whoa, my bad. Well, no. Pisces doesn't deal with maleficent energies and maleficent spirits. That's actually Scorpio. But Pisces, it deals with the spiritual world and spirits in general. So wherever there's Piscean energy, there is a direct link into the spiritual realm and the inhabitants of the spiritual plane, you know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, Pisces individuals typically are highly influenced by the astral plane, you know, for me to be correct, because we have the astral plane, then the spiritual plane, then the celestial plane. These are more spiritual than the material plane, but it's like, what's crazy is even the material plane is not separate from the spiritual plane, you know. It's a aspect of the spiritual plane, but it's just denser. But there's still spiritual in this spiritualness about the material world, you feel what I'm saying? But yeah, so with that being said, you know, what you want to do here is you definitely want to leverage that energy of like you being highly sensitive, and due to your sensitivity being keyed and tuned into spirits, you feel me? Keyed and tuned into even other people's spirits, you feel me? Well, to be more accurate, when I say other people's emotions, you feel me? But yeah, so ultimately, like what you want to do here is get into an energy where damn, it's crazy how I'm doing this while the moon is in Scorpio. That's good. But anyways, so like what you want to do is get into a space where intentionally you're calling forth positive spirits, you feel what I'm saying? Like I want to give an example, you feel me? Like for me, but before I give that example, I want to let you know this. Before things happen in the physical world, they already happened in the astral plane, or for a more conventional term, the spiritual plane, you feel what I'm saying? They already happened in the spiritual plane. But you know what, F that, let me not be conventional, because I have to talk about astral. The word astral means pertaining to a star. So the astral energies and influences, they're all about the stars, you feel what I'm saying? And so yeah, before things happen physically, they happen within the stars, you feel what I'm saying? And so what you want to do is, rather than being like on default and continuously influenced by these stars, you want to get into ruling the stars, you feel what I'm saying? Like what I do, you feel me? I understand them, I study them week by week, I know where they are and where they're going, and this has definitely been a practice that has helped me be on top of my shit, you feel me? Like right now, like aside from like Saturn conjuncting your moon, you feel me? Like Saturn is also retrograde, you feel me? Saturn is retrograde, Venus is retrograde, and like Neptune is retrograde, and Pluto is retrograde, you know, so there's a lot of retrograde energy. And so ultimately, when retrograde energy comes up, it's kind of like certain energies become subconscious to us, in the sense that, you know, like certain things that we need to bring awareness and attention to become, in a sense, in the background. So for instance, Saturn is a planet that deals with construction, but more from a place of blueprints and systemization. It's like Mars deals with actual construction, like getting up and doing it, but Saturn deals with like the structure, the system, the routine, You know, you feel what I'm saying, like the organization aspect of it. And so when Saturn is retrograde, you know, that energy of discipline and structure may be out the window, you feel me? And we may be in a space where we're kind of just flowing and just going with what feels good to us. Because Venus is the polar opposite of Saturn. And even Venus is retrograde. Sheesh. But with Venus being retrograde, you know, it's an indicator that right now we need self-love. You feel me? We need to cultivate energies of self-love. But ultimately, to sum this up, you know, with your moon conjunct your Saturn, it's a means of needing to learn to cultivate, you know, this will help the energy express more harmoniously. Needing to learn to cultivate energies of, well, whenever Saturn is involved, you want to bring in Venus and you want to bring in the Sun. And so you want to get into a space where it's like you're attentive and conscientious of like, okay, so I said Venus and the Sun. Okay, so you want to become conscientious and aware of your power, you know, because that's what the Sun deals with. It deals with the ego, it deals with the individual, it deals with pride, you know. How much self-esteem do you have within you, you know, like, because Saturn, it is the boundaries that restrict us. The Sun is the ego, the hero also, who is like, nah, F that. This is how it's gonna go. And I'm going to will it into existence. You feel me? The Sun really deals with our will. So you want to cultivate energies of being conscientious and aware of yourself as an individual and your power and your ability. And if I'm not mistaken, you're a Leo. You know, so that shouldn't be too hard with the Leo. But yeah, you know, so you definitely want to get into that energy. You feel me? And then you know, that's the Sun, cultivating that gold energy. And so as you get into the space, you know, where you're like thinking, you feel me, about this energy of the Sun, then what you will also do is you will start to attract to you in the astral plane light. You feel me? Light that will then go on to express through your mind, because that's what the astral plane is. It's like the mental plane, you feel me? And so when you have that energy of the Sun then, and you see yourself as capable, then your actions also change, you feel me? Because that's what mental alchemy is all about. Altering and changing thoughts, so then their expression is also altered, you feel what I'm saying? Alright, so that's the first thing. And Venus, right? So Venus is a planet, you know, that deals with like harmony, it deals with love, it deals with art. And so in the presence of Saturn and its heavy responsibilities, you want to allow yourself to get into a space where you're thinking about the love that is in your life, the art that you may partake, you feel me? Just joyful, beautiful energies, you feel me, of pleasure. And so joyful, beautiful energies of pleasure easily replace that hardship and Saturnian energy, and enable that hardship and Saturnian energy to flow into a channel that's constructive. And so it's like you want to be thinking about these energies of your love, you feel me, of like the pleasures you partake in life, but also intertwining it with Saturn from a place of like, okay, so this energy right here of my love, good thing, not good thing, but like it came from these disciplines that I have, these structures that I have. So like uplifting Saturn, of course, but from a place of Venus. Looking at the things in your life that you can enjoy, that give you pleasure, but being conscientious and aware of the fact that Saturn really helped you with that. When I say Saturn, we can say your systemization, your discipline, your persistence, your consistency, you know, that type of energy. I hope that makes sense with what I'm saying. Alright, now let's get into some more, let's go into some more layers, you feel me? So you, so that's your, that's Saturn, you feel me? Saturn, Moon, conjunction, you know, alright. Alright, now transit Mars, this is another energy that's going to impart hardship onto your life. a little bit, into your thinking especially. Alright, so when the planets go into certain signs, they emit new energies, which we then receive according to our temperament, our ability. You feel what I'm saying? And so Mercury, yeah, I can say Mercury, but I'm gonna say Mars. So Mars, just went into Virgo, and your Mercury is in Virgo. And so because your Mercury is in Virgo, it's like the law of resonance. You feel what I'm saying? As even seen in musical instruments, when you strum a note on a guitar, that same note on the piano, depending on how loud it is, will start to vibrate, because they are on the same frequency. So it's like when the sound from the vibration from the guitar reaches the note on the piano, it's a match. You feel me? And so then it starts vibrating. And it's the same thing here. Mars right now, being in Virgo, is keyed to your Mercury, you feel me, which is also in Virgo. Now, Mercury is the planet that deals with our intellectual abilities, our abilities to solve problems, you feel what I'm saying, our abilities to learn, to study, to even communicate and articulate ourselves. That's all Mercury, you feel what I'm saying. Now, that's Mercury. Now, Mars. Yeah, now Mars deals with our aggressive energy, you feel me. It's the planet of war, you feel me. It's like anger, you feel me. And it expresses through things like lust, things like passion, energies of like ambition, will, you feel what I'm saying. It's also a maleficent planet, you feel what I'm saying. So it can be hard, it can be harsh. And so Mars constructively expresses through construction, constructing, you feel me. So constructively, Mars is like using like your force, you feel me, to build something, you feel what I'm saying. Your strife, yeah, because that's what Mars is, your strife, your willingness to push through it to build something, you feel what I'm saying. And Mars and Saturn have a common interest also, hence Mars being exalted in Capricorn, you feel what I'm saying. So once that energy that I was talking about earlier with your moon is la-di-da and done, you feel me, with the Saturn moon energy, and you intertwine that Venus energy and that Sun energy, you feel what I'm saying. Then it's like with Mars and Mercury. See, Mars is going to aggravate Mercury. It's going to bring aggressive thoughts to Mercury. See, Mercury is a planet that's neither positive nor negative. It's a neutral planet. And according to its aspects, it either becomes positive or it becomes negative. See, Mercury is the mind, right? And so, like the mind, because it is Mercury, whatever you entertain and allow to enter your mind, your mental, you feel what I'm saying, is going to dictate the processes of the mind. So Mercury is like a container, kind of, we can even say, and it takes shape according to that energy, which it and of itself is intertwined with, you feel what I'm saying. I hope that makes sense. Alright, so that's Mercury. And it's being influenced by Mars, the planet of aggression, within the sign Virgo. So positive, Mercury is at home in Virgo. Mercury is really good in Virgo because it can analyze the nitty-gritty of things, but because it's Martian energy, the nitty-gritty of things may be, holy crap, things are falling apart, holy crap, like strife energy, hardship energy, and like, god damn, man, what the F am I gonna do? And so right here with Mercury, you see, when we're talking of Mercury, and mental alchemy, Mercury's natural antidote is Jupiter, you feel what I'm saying. But we're also dealing with Mars, and Mars's natural antidote is the moon. So let me break it down for you. Alright, so the moon, hold on. Mercury, no, let's talk about Mars first. Alright, Mars. So Mars So Mars's energy, you feel me? Its natural antidote in mental alchemy is the moon. Alright, so the moon and Mars. So whereas Mars deals with aggressive thoughts, you feel me? The moon deals with domestic thoughts, you feel what I'm saying? And so, alright, hold on, strife. Yeah, I gotta think about this. So, in Mars, in strife, you know, there is benefit and there is value in getting into energies of the moon. And so, alright, I got it. Finally, alright, so whenever you're going through strife and hardship, you feel me, you want to bring the moon into the picture. And so the moon deals with our domestic energy. It deals with our ability to nurture. And so the way that you do this is you want to think about the strife and hardships that you see yourself going through in a manner where it's like, okay, by going through this hardship and by going through these trials and tribulations, I am going to help a person who can't help themselves. You feel me? Because it's what the moon deals with. It deals with like the elderly. It deals with children. It deals with animals. It deals with people that are helpless and people that need your help. And so when you apply this thought energy to the aggressive energies of Mars, then it's like there is a new sense of energy that arises from the moon, which is the domestic thoughts of, okay, like you know, it's like we tend to go harder for others than we do for ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the energy I'm talking about without going too deep. It's really simple, and I hope that you registered that information. Now that's the moon, right? I mean, that's the Mars. That's what you want to do for the Mars energy. That's cool. I just saw some synchronicities. Two. All right. Now next. next. Mercury. You feel me? So the planet Mercury, its antidote is Jupiter. You feel what I'm saying? And so Jupiter is those thoughts that deal with faith, those thoughts that deal with religion. And so, you know, think about it this way also. And even like a child, a baby, right? Or like animals, right? Their offspring. The offspring of the animal demonstrates religious thoughts or thoughts dealing with faith fundamentally when they put their faith upon like their parents, you feel me? Or even like the horses who put like their trust in the stallion, right? Because the stallion, that's the sun, you feel what I'm saying? But like the horses, that's the moon because it deals with common. But like their feelings of trust and faith in the stallion is Jupiter, you feel what I'm saying? And so with Mercury, it's I am going to figure it out with my limited, restricted human mind, which is retarded. You feel what I'm saying? And so you don't want to do that. What you actually want to do is allow yourself to tap into a higher power. Get into prayer if that's what you do. Get into whatever forms and expressions of religions that are accessible to you. You feel what I'm saying? Get into a space where you have faith and you've generated faith and you're allowing yourself to walk in faith and belief. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Alright, now let's I would say that pretty much concludes it. Yeah, that pretty much concludes it. You feel me? That pretty much concludes this reading for you, my friend, Rhea. And thank you again, you know, for your patience. I appreciate it, you know. And yeah, let me know what you think. Peace.